You want to beat the Fallen Saber Nightfall on Grandmaster difficulty? Well, let me show you how. For Fallen Saber, you'll want 2 players rocking Arbalist for easy barrier and elemental shield breaks, SMGs for overload stunning assistance, and heavy linears for their great ammo efficiency and for the ability to double dip into linear fusion armor mods along with the Arbalist. The 3rd player will want a scout rifle for anti-barrier shield assistance, along with a divinity for instant and consistent overload stuns, and easy to hit crits for the linears. For classes, Hunters want Mobius Quiver with Trapper's Ambush, Vanishing Step, and Omnioculus. Warlocks want Well of Radiance with Phoenix Protocol, and Titans will want to rock Sentinel Shield with Bastion, Controlled Demolition, and Heart of Inmost Light, or Middle Tree Arc with Curious of the Falling Star. I also recommend running a Lucent Finisher mod somewhere on the team. All 3 classes bring equal value here, with Hunters being incredibly useful for cheesing certain rooms with invisibility, and Warlocks and Titans being able to create safe zones with their rifts, shields, and wells. Begin by sparrowing across the lake on the left to get the Warsat to drop. The key with the Warsat is staying outside of the circle whenever enemies are up, only progressing it after everything is dead. Another huge tip is to shoot out the guns from the skiffs. You can reveal them by putting a bullet anywhere into the skiff and then break them off with about 5 linear shots. The first 33% of the capture will have you fighting enemies facing the lake, dropping from 1 skiff with an overload captain at the end. From 33% to about 66%, you'll be facing enemies dropping from 2 skiffs to the left of the hive structure. A fair amount of snipers come from these skiffs as well as a barrier servitor, so keep an eye out and stick to cover. Finally, from 66% to completion, you'll have 1 more skiff towards the lake with another overload captain and some servitors. Feel free to complete the capture with invisibility if you'd like, as all non-champions will despawn once the Warsat capture is complete. Next, head down into the bunker, where you'll want to immediately book it into the hallway on the left, moving past all the vandals, and continue down to the back of it, where you can use the head glitch on the staircase. Here, the only danger is melee enemies like marauders and explosive shanks that you can easily beam as they walk in. After all of those are dead, start peeking in and out to neutralize all of the other enemies, being careful of the 2 overload captains, barrier servitor, and vandal snipers. Also be ready for an additional wave of enemies to spawn from the opposite side of the hallway after you clear out a few enemies. Just hide on the staircase head glitch to kill them, or wait until they leave. Do not rush this part, as peeking vicariously will get you killed. Despite that, this is by far the safest area in this section. After killing everything, you can send 1 player out to open the vent and shoot the power coil, after which they should immediately return to the hallway by the staircase head glitch. Then it's just more peek shooting as you clear the ads, 2 sniper shanks, and 2 overload captains. Continue through the vents to the arc ball section, where you'll take out 2 sniper shanks at the end of the hallway before you proceed. If you have a hunter, you can have them go in alone and dunk the ball with ease using invisibility, as you can actually use the air move from Trapper's Ambush to apply invisibility while holding the ball. Just make sure your teammates don't blow up any exploder shanks that are near you. If you don't have a hunter, well, then just zoom down the hallway as fast as you can and pray. Try to bring a hunter though if you can. The next room is made incredibly easy with a Warlock well that can be placed in the back of the room while you kill all of the ads, Exploder Shanks, and Overload Captain. This will trigger spawns of more Exploder Shanks, a Barrier Servitor, and 2 Overload Captains in the back. If you still have your supers here and get some quick stuns off with the Divinity, you can easily burn everything in the choke point before it gets a chance to move around the room. Otherwise, you can play this slow, and don't be afraid to retreat back out to the ball dunk hallway if you get overwhelmed. Proceed to the next room, where you'll want to kill the Barrier Servitor and Visible Vandal Snipers before entering. Then clean up the remaining Dregs and Vandal Snipers, after which you can knock down the 3 Overload Captains. Move on to the boss room and knock down the 2 Void Servitors and Shanks to begin the fight. You'll want to start the fight behind the small open vent panel in the middle, using this as cover while you burn the boss to 75% HP. This is also a great time to use Well of Radiance if you have one. After you burn the boss, stay behind the middle cover for another 5 to 10 seconds while you kill any Shanks on the left and wait for the panels on the left to move, creating cover for you that you can move to. From here, you'll want to always have one player looking at the vent behind you, as Shanks will constantly spawn from here throughout the fight. The other 2 players can kill the barrier servitor to bring the boss back out. Damage the boss to 50% HP to put it back into immunity, where he will then spawn another 2 barrier servitors and some Shanks around the arena. Make sure to have one player looking at the ceiling vent directly across the room to kill the 2 sniper Shanks that will spawn. After all Shanks are dead, you can take out the 2 barrier servitors and then DPS the boss to 25% HP, at which point he will frenzy and try to headbutt you. This is the time to make use of any supers, heavy ammo, and divinity as you burn the boss before it can get too close for comfort. And that's everything. If this video helped, I would appreciate it if you would consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. If you want to support me and my content even more, you can do so by using the links in the description, such as my Twitch channel, where you can watch live Grandmaster Nightfall carries and possibly even run with me, or my Ko-fi page, where you can aid me in producing content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.